some work. Dude, high-rise buildings, check this out. Oh, talking. So we're at the Sandton building. Why we are here is we are hosting a sports education workshop powered by FNB. So big shout out to FNB. And yeah, fam, we in Sandton. Check the high rises. Pretty excited about the session. I think this is definitely the biggest one we've been able to host so far, trying to help athletes with information, empower them, give them some practical tools and advice that they can maybe take and apply in their own space and begin to build their brand. It's really to be empowering people with the right sort of information so that they can take it forward and do with it whatever they choose. Whatever they choose. Today we're working with some Varsity Cup players, which is pretty exciting. Very cool initiative by FNB, so big ups to them. I know that they are trying to fill the gap that's in football in terms of the pathway. So if you look at like rugby, there's a clear pathway from Craven Week into high schools, into another Craven Week, I think, and then obviously they go into Varsity Cup. And from the Varsity Cup, they then go into professional rugby, and then eventually go on to represent the national team. So I know that that doesn't really exist in the world of football or South African football as yet, but I know that FNB is the plug, and that's the gap that they're trying to fill. So shout out to FNB, opening up the minds of players, giving them experiences and opportunities to live like pros.
What voice? Does if you ever had a choice?
Thanks. Ooh. All right.
But I never.
All up to 3 smiles. Don't get it again. Right? Beige, tomato, tomato. Oh, man.
Yeah, I like that because there's actually a lot of opportunities to make money. Something that I'm doing right now. Did you know that the content creator market is going to be worth 20 billion? I think it was 20 billion at the end of this year, 2023. From people making videos and posting it online, that entire market is going to be valued at $20 billion. Guess we better start getting good with our camera, right? Right? Plus, you're an athlete. You know the nice content athletes can make? Guys, yes. Anything. But the point that I'm trying to get across is this is a principle. You've got to learn how to monetize because money runs out. If it's not growing, trust me, it's running out. All right? Who asked a very good question? Who deserves this one? Midfielder from KUWC. I saw the video. I saw your video. You were thanking, I don't know who wished you well.
But when I started putting a little bit more effort into just my LinkedIn, I meet people like Kevin who can enhance my work. I can share stories, and then I have people now coming and saying, how can we help you with the FNB Varsity experience? And it's only because I've now put in a little bit of
Hi everyone, I'm Aisha Musa. Just like to say I learned a lot in terms of branding myself and how to position myself, to expose myself to opportunities that will help me not only in football but in other business ventures, and there's a lot that us athletes can really do, so I'm really looking forward to get started with my journey.
There you go.
Can I start?
Yeah, so how was the session? Did you learn anything? That's about it.
Firstly, I'm grateful that I was part of the session because I learned a lot. I learned that positioning yourself in terms of branding is very important because you can also try and make sure you have you can make more money through your brand. So I learned a lot of things, and I'm glad that I was part of it. Thanks a lot.
How was the session? Did you like it? What did you learn?
So basically, I think the most important thing that I've learned today is probably monetization. That is the biggest thing I think we need today in this world that we're living in. So yeah, I'm grateful that I was a part of this, and I'm glad that I was here today. Thank you.
Okay, fams, just had the sports education workshop powered by FNB. Great experience, great to actually talk to young people, really passionate about youth development. And yeah, we covered so many topics. There were so many good questions, some thinker questions as well. But something that I learned just from the athletes that they still have a real hope in talent. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying this is something I learned. And yeah, maybe they are right. That talent should be able to do certain things for you. But at the end of the discussion, I think it was really clear that look, talent is fantastic, but there are many people that are talented. So maybe you got to figure out what you can do to add on top of that talent. Yeah.